Kevin and I, when we started this podcast, we cover what goes on the court and on the field. It doesn't matter which sport that we talk about. It's usually what we focus on. Now, I'm just going to be honest, you guys. I think everybody knows what's been going on in just everyday life over the last week or so. It's been a very hectic week. And I know the sports world has been fully invested into what's been going on with all of these police shootings and the Derek Chauvin trial. And granted, I understand that those are serious topics, and I know that they deserve some time to discuss. Kevin and I don't discuss those topics on here simply because we talk about sports. And when we start injecting political commentary into our podcast, we believe that it's a divisive issue. Now, granted, I don't care what side or what stance you have on all these police shootings, whether or not the players should be talking about this or not. I don't care. It's just that the overall tone and the overall conversation is so divisive on either side that, to me, it's not worth getting into that realm. And what we do here is just focusing on the sports topics at hand and not the political issues that these players bring up. I fully understand that these guys have their platform, and however they want to use it, that's their choice. It's just that on here, we just don't inject political commentary into our day-to-day episodes here. I remember a couple weeks ago, Kevin and I were discussing whether or not that LeBron James and the conversation between him and Zlatan Ibrahimovic should have been addressed. Kevin and I had a conversation about that, and obviously we have our opinions on those issues or on those topics, but we decided not to talk about that on the episode simply because it's just too divisive of an issue. I obviously feel that this issue is a major issue for a ton of people across the United States when it comes to these police shootings and NBA players, NFL players talking about these issues in a significant manner. And I'm not going to discount that. It's just that on here, we just don't want to add to the divisiveness that these issues present. So if like ESPN and Fox Sports 1, if they want to do that, that's fine. That's on them. It's just that on here, we don't do that. We focus on what happens on the court, what happens on the field, because that's what Kevin and I have always looked at for sports. They provide great entertainment. Their athletic ability is unlike anything that most people are really capable of being or trying to replicate. So that was our major draw for sports, and it always has been. So I know Kev probably has his own opinions on this, and I'm not going to speak for him. I'll let him speak for himself. It's just that moving forward, I just want to make sure that you guys understand we are aware of these issues that go on around the world and around the country. It's not like we just ignore them. It's just that on here, we talk about what we think is important on the court and on the field, and we just don't want to add to the already divisive tone and the divisive conversation that these major issues present. So we're a sports podcast. We're not a political podcast. So there are many outlets that will do deep dives into what these players talk about and their stances on what they think is right and what they think is wrong. And if they want to do that, that's fine. It's just on here, we focus on things that, like I just talked about at the top of the episode. Anthony Davis returning for the Lakers last night. You got the New York Knicks being one of the best teams in the NBA this year. And you got UFC 261 coming up this weekend. Like, that's what makes sports exciting for me. And I know I would like to think that it does the same for Kev as well, even though that he's not here. I just wanted to get that out of the way, and I just wanted to be fully transparent with you guys, just because I know that these are big ticket issues. I know that these are big item issues, and I know we don't talk about those here, but I just wanted you guys to understand where I'm coming from. And guys, don't be hesitant to, reach out privately to me to talk about these issues. If you guys want to know what I think about these issues, just let me know. And if you want to let Kevin know, be more than happy to reach out to him.